Hello students, Wendy Ansley here, kinesiology professor at College of the Desert. It's so nice to see you guys. Today our sequence is built upon the theme of transitions. Transitions in life represent change. They often help us develop and grow individually. Transitions can be difficult, they can be exciting, they can be sudden or gradual, expected or unexpected. Recently, I have a big transition. One of my best friends for the past 17 years is moving. And I told my son, after we helped her organize some of her stuff, I told my son that change is hard. And he said, yes, it is. Right? He's only 13 years old at the time here, right? So again, transitions in life are change, and sometimes that's what I love about my yoga mat. It helps me navigate the uncertainty, truly be present, and balance my emotions through the postures and the breath. Now we're going to explore transitions in yoga. Okay, every day when we step on our mat, it's about a moving meditation. That's what yoga truly is, and it integrates so many transitions. But in transitions in yoga, they can actually spark curiosity, because you can transition sometimes differently in and out of a posture. You can slow it down, you can speed it up, you can make it dynamic, you can make it challenging, you can hold longer and engage muscles that you normally don't engage, increase body awareness, right? So transitions in yoga explore movement at a deeper level. They promote awareness, they promote fun, and again, they spark curiosity. They can also add integrity in and out of a posture. So let's just take a moment and set our intention of our practice today. Let's start with 2 cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Folding our hands, heart centered, lowering our head to our fingertips. Acknowledging this opportunity on our mat to balance our emotions, truly be present. Gratitude for our practice. Gratitude for our life. Gratitude for how we get in and out of our postures. Gratitude for life's transitions. Gently look up. Beautiful. Coming towards the edge of the mat here. Padavanda, we're going to awaken the arches in the feet. Spread those toes. Inhale, we're going to draw both arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. We can keep our hands shoulder width apart if our shoulders are tight, or we can draw the palms together. Sometimes I like to take my thumb and index together here. Place my arms up by my ears here, and shift now over to the left, opening that right side body, drawing the left hip forward. Inhale, rise. Shift now over to the right here. Open that left side body. Draw that right hip forward. Inhale, rise. Gaze up. Exhale, we're going to swan dive down into a dynamic forward fold. Heel and toe, heel and toe. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, the thighs, or the ground here. Gaze forward, halfway lift. Tailbone out and back. Framing the feet, we're gonna step back into Phalakasana. Shoulders over those hands. Engage those quadriceps. Lightly dome the upper back here. Beautiful. Speaking of transitions, we're going to draw our right knee to the chest and the nose. Now place the right shin to the ground and draw that right shin back to the chest and the nose, then to the ground, then back to the chest and the nose, then to the ground, back to the chest and the nose. Come into plank Phalakasana. Beautiful. Draw the left knee to the chest and the nose, then the shin to the ground. And then back to the chest and the nose. That's where I lightly round the upper back. And then to the ground. And back to the chest and the nose. And then to the ground. And back to the chest and the nose. Coming into plank. Beautiful. Gently come into tabletop. That core exercise is also going to help us in transitions, in our transition. And we'll come to that pretty soon. Dynamic exploration of the spine. I want you to tuck those toes here. Inhale, drop the chest forward, tailbone out. Exhale, push into the ground. Tailbone comes in, round the back. Inhale, drop the chest, tailbone out. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the chest. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the chest. Exhale, round the back. Come just a neutral tabletop here. Puppy dog pose. Explore that heart-melting pose. Walk those hands forward. We're going to release the shoulders. We're going to keep those hips over the knees here, and we're going to press the forehead to the ground. Some of us will keep the forehead to the ground, and some of us will lower the chest and the chin to the ground. Continue to open the chest, release the shoulders. Gently release, come back to tabletop. Walk those palms forward a few inches, lead with those hips. Come into a dynamic down dog, heel and toe. Hold down dog, press through those palms, firm those thighs. Good, breathe into those hamstrings. Breathe into both sides of the spine here, just release. On the transition, we're going to walk the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, the thighs, or the ground. Exhale, come into forward fold. This is where the hips come over the midfoot. Release those hamstrings. Gently bend the knees. Swan dive up, open the chest. Open the heart. Exhale, heart centered. Beautiful. Inhale, root into the ground. Draw those arms up. You can keep the arms wide, or we can draw those palms together. I like to take my thumb and index. Gaze up at the thumbs. Now shift over to the left here, opening that right side body, but drawing the left hip forward. Inhale, rise. Shift over to the right here. Open that left side body. Draw that right hip forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Tailbone out and back. Framing the feet, we're gonna step back into Phalakasana here. Beautiful. Engage the core, engage the quadriceps, engage the shoulders. Developing this transition, we're gonna draw again the right knee to the chest and the nose, lower the shin to the ground, then back to the chest and nose, back to the ground, back to the chest, lower to the ground, back to the chest, step back into Phalakasana. Left knee to the chest and the nose, lower to the ground, back to the chest, lower to the ground, back to the chest, lower to the ground, back to the chest. One more time, lower to the ground, back to the chest. Beautiful. Step back into Phalakasana here. Round the upper back, belly button to the spine, push into the ground. Gently lower to the knees, tabletop here. Dynamic exploration, let's tuck those toes. Inhale, drop the chest forward, tailbone out. Exhale, push into the ground. Inhale, look up. Exhale, push into the ground. Inhale, look up. Exhale, push into the ground. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round the back. Come into neutral tabletop here. Exploring puppy dog with a twist. We're gonna inhale, draw that right arm to shoulder height here, abduct it. Now thread this right arm underneath and lower the right ear towards the ground, the side of the head here, and try to square those hips. Draw that right hip back center. Many of us will stay here. Some of us may explore and draw that left fingertips forward, left arm straight. And eventually draw maybe the left arm up. If we can, place the left arm in the crevice of the right hip and gaze over that left shoulder, so we are releasing and adding a spinal twist. Gently release. Beautiful. Abduct that left arm, shoulder height. Thread this left arm underneath. Lower the side of the left head ear towards the ground. Now kind of square those hips. Draw that left hip center. You can keep the right hand where it is. You can draw the right arm up, fingertips towards the front edge of the mat. And possibly now lift that right arm up, still keep the hips kind of center. If you can, draw that right hand in the left crevice, gaze over the right shoulder here. Add that spinal twist, but still kind of try to keep the hip center. Gently release, beautiful. Come into tabletop. Walk the hands forward a few inches. Lead with those hips. Come into down dog. Walk the feet together in down dog, and let's explore lowering down dog with the feet together here. We're gonna prepare for this next transition. Inhale, let's draw that left leg up to about hip height. Rotate that left hip inward, hips are level. On the exhale, we're gonna practice a transition. Draw the knee to the chest and the nose, round the upper back. Place the left foot next to the left hand, lower the back knee to the ground. That's not an easy transition. That's why we worked on it a bit today. A few dynamics, 1 to 2 dynamics. And now inhale, draw both arms up. Press through the top of the back foot, move through the 4 corners of the front foot. Gaze up. Release the hips, connect to the spine. Spinal leg will stay here several breaths. Gently release, lower the hands, frame the foot, connect. Runner's pose, back leg straight, firm the left hip. Frame the foot, step back into or just regular down dog, feet hip width apart, cleansing breath here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Draw the feet together here, lower the heels towards the ground, press through those palms, tailbone back and down, firm those thighs. On this next transition, inhale, draw the right leg up to hip level. Make sure the hips are level, engage that back leg so it's nice and straight. On the exhale, work on those transitions, knee to the chest and the nose, round the upper back as you place the right foot next to the right hand, hands to the hips. 1 to 2 dynamics. Inhale, come into beautiful low lunge. We'll stay here several breaths. Right hip back, left hip forward. Find spinal legs. Come into kind of just opening the chest, opening the heart. Exhale, beautiful, gently release. Frame the foot. Connect, runner's pose, beautiful. Back leg straight, firm that right hip. Frame the foot, step back into down dog. Cleansing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Press through those palms, draw length. Spread those fingers. Belly button to the spine, tailbone back and down. Breathe into any stiffness, any pain. Firm those thighs. Gently release. Come into tabletop here. We're going to prepare our wrists for our practice here, wrist therapy a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the hands touch one another and then the fingers come towards us. And we're going to rock forward and back, working on wrist flexibility, wrist strength, wrist mobility. Good, we're going to do this several times, putting our weight into it. And many of us are simply going to hold right here. We're a little bit uncomfortable. Some of us now, we're going to draw the knees together, feet together. And we're going to lift up into kind of a down dog here with the fingers pointing towards us. Wrist therapy here. We'll stay here several breaths. Gently release, gently lower back to the knees. Standing on the knees, let's do a few wrist pumps here. So we're going to circle the wrists. Now circle the wrist the other direction. Good. Wrist health and integrity. Tucking the toes here, hips over the knees. Inhale, draw those arms up, a little dynamic exploration. Interlace the fingers. We're gonna explore camel a bit. Interlace the fingers, thumbs coming towards the back of the head. Drop the right elbow to the side and lift that left elbow up. Inhale, rise. On the exhale, lower the left elbow, right elbow up. Inhale, rise. On the exhale, lower the right elbow. Inhale, rise. On the exhale, lower the left elbow. Inhale, rise. Now let's open the chest, open the heart, tilt those elbows up. Open the chest, open the heart. Gently release. Beautiful. Let's explore transitions here. Getting the heels, the butt towards the heels here, right? And just practice rolling over. And if you need to use the hands, that's okay. Beautiful. It's part of exploration, of transition, developing curiosity here. We're gonna build onto this flow here. We're gonna start with Malasana with the ankles, knees, and shins together. Inhale, lengthen. My arms are shoulder width the height here, right in front of me. On the exhale, I'm gonna lower ankles, knees, and shins together. Once my heels pick up, that's where I may stop. But if I can, I'm gonna go a little bit lower, ankles, knees, and shins together. Awakening the muscles in the arches, the intrinsic foot muscles, the muscles around the front of the shins, the Achilles, and even engaging our deep Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor muscles. Gently lower, exploring boat pose. This is so beautiful for strengthening the hip flexors. Beginners can simply bend the knees, keeping the legs parallel to the ground, and hold. More advanced, this is where we're gonna explore the movement, straighten the arms, straighten the legs, energy out the fingertips, energy out the toes. We're gonna stay here several breaths. Yoga signature core exercise. Exploring half boat. I'm lowering to the ground, but now my lower back is glued to the ground. My arms are by the side, almost like oars here. And my legs are up about 45 degrees. Shoulders and upper back off the mat. Glue the lower back in half boat. We'll stay here several breaths. Gently release, roll it out. Explore transitions. Come up without the hands and the knees. Awesome. Inhale, draw those arms up. Energy out the fingers. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Tailbone out and back, hands to the shins, thighs, or the ground. Framing the feet, we're gonna step back into down dog here. Beautiful. On the inhale, we're gonna draw that left leg up to hip height here. Straighten that left leg. On the exhale, draw the left knee to the chest and the nose. Place the left foot next to the left hand. We're preparing for warrior one. The back foot is turning in 45 to 60 degrees, either intersect heel to heel or heel to arch. Rooting into the ground with both feet, we're gonna come up. Beautiful exploration. Try to draw that back hip forward. Good. Knee goes, front knee goes over the toes. Press outer edge of the back foot. Now inhale, draw both arms up. We can keep it, if our shoulders are tight, keep the arms wide. Possibly draw the palms together. Gaze forward, explore. Continue to draw that back hip forward. Front leg parallel to the ground. Connect to the whole pose. Build leg strength. Frame the foot. Step back into plank here. Whatever your transition is, if you want to lower to the knees, partial chaturanga or chaturanga, bend those elbows, draw the sternum and chest forward, shoulders in line with those elbows. Inhale, up dog, press to the tops of the feet. Exhale, down dog. I love it. Cleansing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, draw that right leg to hip level. On the exhale, draw the right knee to the chest and nose, round the upper back. Place the right foot next to the right hand. Turn that back foot 45 to 60 degrees, either heel to heel or heel to arch. Let's press root into the ground with both feet. Continue to draw that left hip forward, front knee over the toes, right hip back. Beautiful. Belly button to the spine, draw length in the spine, press outer edge of the back foot. Beautiful. Cultivate a strong warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. I love it. Exhale, release the hands, frame the foot, come into down dog here. Let's explore a fun transition here, but let's hold down dog several breaths. Okay, we're gonna explore donkey kick here. We're gonna walk the feet up just a few inches. We're gonna gaze up at the hands and we're gonna explore donkey kick, drawing the heel towards the buttocks. We'll do several of them. Heel towards the buttocks and down. Again, heel towards the buttocks and down. Be careful. Let's do one more. Heel to the buttocks and down. Beautiful. Walk it forward. Inhale, halfway lift, tailbone out and back, hands to shins, thighs are the ground. Exhale, come into forward fold. Gently bend the knees, swan dive up, open the chest, open the heart. Exhale, heart centered. I love it. Donkey kick can be fun, right? We're having fun in our transitions. Let's explore again. Arms up, shoulder height. Malasana. Ankles, knees, and shins come together. Beautiful. Activating the muscles along the shins, activating those arches. Activating the pelvic floor. Gently lower. Boat pose wherever we are. Modification. Keep the legs bent parallel to the ground. More challenging. Straighten the arms. Straighten the legs. Find the balance. Engage the hip flexors. Energy out the fingers. Energy out the toes. Exploring lowering now. Lowering, lowering. Glue the lower back to the ground. Legs up 45 degrees. Shoulders and upper back off the mat. Half boat. Arms are like oars. Strong core, strong core. The fulcrum, stabilizing the whole body. Gently release, roll it out. Inhale, root and rise. I love it. Quad deep breath, inhale. Exhale. I'm gonna adjust this curtain just for a second here to get a little bit of less of a glare. I think that helped a little bit. as we prepare for the next one. Oops. I love it. Okay. Inhale, draw those arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands, shins, thighs are the ground. Framing the feet, step back into down dog here. Inhale, draw that left leg to hip level. On the exhale, draw the left knee to the chest and the nose. Place the left foot next to the left hand. Turn that back foot 45 to 60 degrees. Intersect heel to heel, heel to arch. Root into the ground. Draw the arms up again, belly button to the spine. Square the hips, front hip back, back hip forward. Front leg parallel to the ground. Inner thigh spiraling back. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Beautiful, frame the foot. Whatever your flow is, you can hold plank and come back to down dog, partial chaturanga or full chaturanga. Bend those arms, shoulders in line with those elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Notice my hips off the mat, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, draw that right leg to hip level. One-legged down dog. Exhale, draw the right knee to the chest and the nose. Place the right foot next to the right hand. Turn that back foot in 45 to 60 degrees. Inhale, root into the ground. Strong. Virabhadrasana one, warrior one. I love it. Lower the hands, frame the foot. Come back into down dog. Let's do cleansing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Heels in line with the pinky toes. Let's firm those thighs. Stay here several breaths. Working on this transition here, guys. We're going to walk the feet forward a few inches. Gaze at the hands, and let's explore donkey kick here. Gently draw the heels towards the buttocks and down. And one more. And walk the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Gently bend the knees. One dive up. Open the chest. Open the heart. Exhale, heart centered. Coming to the center of the mat, I just want to tell you guys, there's a beautiful connection with some of the core work that we've done with the boat, half boat, to prepare for the donkey kick as well. It all comes together, truly does. There's a lot of agility involved with that knee to the chest and the nose as we place the foot next to the hand and into warrior one and low lunge transitions. Feet are together, Tadasana. Arms up, elbows up, at a hop. About one leg length apart here. Rotate those big toes in slightly. Draw the shoulders away from those ears. Press outer edges of the feet, root under the big toe mound. Draw the hands behind elbows towards one another, but broaden the chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come forward. Hands under the shoulders, concave back. We're preparing in our wide-legged forward fold here, Prasarita Pada Tadasana. If we can, we're gonna walk those hands now align with those heels and think about drawing the head through the legs here. Gently release, hands back under the shoulders, concave back. Hands on the hips. This is our transition, belly button to the spine. Inhale, root and rise. Adjust your left foot. 90 degrees. Back foot in about 15 degrees. We want to press outer edge of the back foot. Let's transition with integrity in and out of the posture here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hand to the shin, shoulder over one another. If we can, come lower. Don't slump forward. Top ribs back, bottom ribs forward. Breathe into that back hip. Fingertips towards the ceiling. If your neck does not bother you, you can gaze up at the ceiling. If it bothers you, you can gaze at the ground or you can gaze straight ahead. Inhale, root and rise. Press outer edge of the back foot. Beautiful. Allow the right arm to kind of weigh you down here. Draw that left arm up. Now take the right hand with the left hip here, but continue into a reverse triangle where you're just kind of opening that left side body. Gently release. Cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to take your right foot here, as I mirror you here, and you're going to turn that back foot in. Right foot 90 degrees, back foot 15 degrees. Transition in and out beautifully. Transitions the journey into the posture. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come to the shins and just keep the body in one plane here. Shoulder over the shoulder, like between the pages of a book. If we can, we're going to place the hand a little bit lower to the ground outside the foot. Draw the top ribs back, bottom ribs forward. Inhale, rise. Draw that right arm up. Take that left hand outside that right hip. Open that side body. Gently release. Cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Hands by the hips here. Draw those elbows towards one another. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come forward. Hands under the shoulders. Take your left hand center and draw that right arm up, but try to kind of level the pelvis too when you do that. So now we have a wide-legged forward fold with a spinal twist. Now take that right hand here outside of your left hip, if you can, and gaze over that right shoulder. If you can, take the left hand over to your right foot and still try to level the pelvis here, but gaze over that right shoulder. So we have our spinal twist. Gently release. Hands under the shoulders. I love it, guys. Draw that right hand center and that left arm up so we have the spinal twist. Try to level the pelvis a bit. Level the hips. Some of you will stay just where we are, or you'll take that left hand outside of the right hip, and eventually the right hand outside of the left foot, still trying to level the pelvis, but gaze over that left shoulder. Gently release. Hands under the shoulders, belly button to the spine. Root into the four corners of the feet, hands on those hips. Inhale, root and rise. I love it. Heel toe it in. I love it. We're going to adjust the two blocks here as we explore pyramid and standing splits. So we're going to take the two blocks here. I love it. You either can keep them up high or keep them at a lower level here. Beautiful. Stormy is making an appearance here. Storm. This is little Storm. Stormy, sometimes he jumps on me in my standing splits. So I'm going to bring him out here. I love you, little Storm. He loves my carpet and okay. So let's start the toes an inch or two behind the blocks. Inhale, draw those arms up. Exhale, heart centered. Taking the right foot back a few inches shorter than a full leg length, just a few inches. We want to square those hips. Left foot pointed straight ahead, back foot in 45 to 60 degrees. Heel to arch or heel to heel. If we need to make it, if it's that's challenging, we can widen the foot and widen the stance. Make sure those hips are facing forward. Inhale, draw those arms up, square those hips. Exhale, come forward. Press outer edge of that back foot. We want a stable back foot and stable leg. So now we're in like a half Parshvottanasana pyramid here. Come more to that left midfoot. Many of us will stay here. Some of us may explore. We draw the belly button to the thigh and the sternum and chest close to the shin. Still come more to that midfoot of the left foot. Stable back foot. We'll stay here several breaths. Hands onto the blocks here as we explore standing splits. Some of you might not need the block. Now I come up a little bit higher than some of you, right? But we're just going to do our best. Some of you may come up higher than me. Just do our best. Think about drawing the nose kind of towards the shin, and we're opening the entire body, the front leg, the back leg, balance and strength. Gently bend the left leg. Cross the right leg over the left foot here. So now, right, the right foot is, it's a crisscross. It's a crisscross. And now we're walking the hands over to that right and we're pressing that left hip out. It's a crisscross forward fold. Gently release, hands come back center. Explore our forward fold, hips over the midfoot. Sternum and chest close to the shins. Just let everything go. Beautiful, gently release. Open the chest and the heart. I believe in you guys. Exhale, heart centered. Let's step the left foot back. Square both those hips. Heel to heel, heel to arch. If you want to widen the stance to make it a little bit easier, you can. We have blocks out here to help. Inhale, draw those arms up. Stable back foot, stable leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come forward. Hands to the blocks, to the midfoot. Half Parsvottanasana, half pyramid. Many of you will simply stay here, and some of you will explore drawing the belly button to the thigh, sternum and chest, close to the shin, come more to that right midfoot. Exploring standing splits, hands to the blocks, wherever we are, just getting the leg up just a bit, exploring wherever we are, doing the best wherever we are, just believing in the challenge. Beautiful standing splits to connect to the entire body, balance, strength, flexibility, challenge. So proud of you guys. I'm continuing to explore deeper into this pose, doing the best that we can. Eventually, nose to the shin. Connect the back leg and the front leg. Gently transition, gently bend the right leg. Cross the left foot, right? So now the toes are kind of touching here with the right foot. And I'm gonna walk those hands over, and I'm gonna shift that right hip out to the side, and I'm kind of releasing that right IT band it is. So it's just a different exploration. It's a different movement, and we transitioned into it beautifully too. Gently release, hands come back center. Explore just a deep forward fold here. Come more to that midfoot. Good. Breathe into that backside body. Gently bend the knees. Open the chest, open the heart. Exhale, heart center. Gently release. We're going to come to the center of the mat. Beautiful. We're going to take it wide. Beautiful. We're going to explore a little transitions here onto the mat here. Just a little movement. We're going to floss the pelvic hip girdle. So we're going to, as I mirror you, you're going to take that left foot towards the ground and come back up. We're taking that femur head, now the right foot in, and rotating it in and out. Left foot down and up. Right foot in. Good. One more times. Physical therapists believe when you take this ball and socket joint and you kind of rotate it like we're doing, we are going to help with mobility, help with form, help explore movement at a deeper level. It's really good for the pelvic hip girdle, really good for the spine. We're all connected. Now we're going to explore dynamic middle split stretches, which are really challenging for many. Many of us, we're just going to come forward a little bit and back, right? Some of us will explore it at a deeper level We're gonna do a few dynamics. 2 more dynamics, then we'll do 1 longer hold. And then notice I'm pressing outer edge of my feet, but we're really at a deep level, rotating the hips inward. And now we're gonna hold just a little bit longer, connect to the breath, press outer edges of the feet. Maybe broaden the collarbones, maybe close those eyes and breathe into this powerful movement. Gently release. Draw both feet together, sitting nice and tall. Dandasana. Reach those arms up, draw length, neutralize the spine even here. This is a yoga posture, sitting nice and tall. Beautiful. We're going to continue and explore movement here. We're going to come onto the stomachs. Salabhasana here to work on concentric exploration of the back body muscles. So we're going to rest the forehead onto the ground. Our feet are together and touching. We're going to walk those hands back, and notice my palms are facing down. Shoulder blades come down the back ribs. Inhale, we're going to lengthen. Exhale, we're going to press into the ground here. Gaze forward and down. Concentrically contract here. The back body muscles. Connect to the posterior chain, the back side of the body here. Broaden the collarbones. Active legs. Engage the muscles of the back. Gently release. Rest the forehead onto the ground. That was a warm-up and a beautiful way to integrate the back side of the body. It's a beautiful pose, but it also warms us up for exploring Ustrasana, camel pose. We plantar flex the feet or we tuck the toes. You pick to make it easier. Hips over the knees to start. We're going to dynamically warm up. At first, we press that sacrum down. We draw length in the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we lead with the cervical, the mid-thoracic here. Press through the tops of the feet. Hips in line with the knees. Open the chest. Open the heart. Inhale and rise. Cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Press through the sacrum, draw length. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back. Inhale, rise. Beautiful. We'll do another expression one more time of camel. I love you leading with the cervical and the thoracic. Hips align with the knees. It all comes together through the feet, through the hips, right? Strengthening the back and opening the chest and the heart. We'll do this again. Some of you may try to touch the hands to the soles of the feet. Wherever you are, don't injure yourself. Honor where you are. Honor where you are. If you can touch the palms to the feet, build on that energy, open the chest and the heart. Don't sacrifice the form just to touch, right? Draw length, press the sacrum down, draw length. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lead with the cervical and the thoracic. Compress the spine. Hands, if you can, to the soles. Hips over the knees. Open the chest, open the heart. Continue to open the chest, open the heart. Release the psoas as those hips continue to go over the knees. The body is all connected. Hands by that sacrum. Come back up. Beautiful. Draw both arms up. Neutralize the spine. Come into an open arm twist chair as we lower the left arm. I want you to keep both hips forward. At first, gaze over the right hand. Keep both hips forward and now gaze over the back arm. Draw both arms up. Open arm twist, lower the left arm, lower the right arm, keep both hips forward, gaze forward. And if you can, gaze at that back arm. Both hips forward. Inhale, rise. Coming into a wide-legged child's pose here, just to nourish kind of our body, our mind, and our soul. Lengthen the spine, big toes touching, widen the knees, send those hips back, rest the forehead to the ground. We'll stay here 10 breaths. Gently release. Coming onto the backs here. Clasp around the shins, draw both knees to the chest, and just, this is a supine way, a lying down way to lengthen the spine. Guide both knees over to the right. And extend that left arm back, gaze over the left shoulder. Lying down, spinal twist. Gaze over the left shoulder. Release the upper and middle back. Gently come back up. Draw both knees over to the left. Knees stacked over one another.
Press that right palm to the ground. Gaze over that right shoulder. Release the upper and middle back. Gently release. Come into happy baby pose. For many of you, you'll just clasp around the thighs here as you think about getting the tailbone towards the ground. To make it a little more advanced, we thread those arms inside. We clasp outer edges of the feet here. And simultaneously, we try to draw the knees towards the ground, right? Knees towards the shoulders and the ground, and the sacrum lower towards the ground. So this is a hip opener. Knees towards kind of the shoulders, tailbone towards the ground. Breathe into that release of the hips and the spine lengthening. Gently release. Reach the arms and the legs in two different directions. Neutralize the spine. Let everything go. As we prepare for our Shavasana, our last posture, right? Which represents transition, because now we're transitioning into rest, into regeneration, and nourishing again our body, mind, and soul, letting everything go. As the day goes on and I look into others, I find their light. That's what Namaste is. Seeing the light in myself first, and then the light in others. Let everything go and rest here. You're going to stay here 5, 10, 15 minutes, as long as you need.